We're back on the air. This is Radio Entrepreneurs, and I want to thank all our listeners for continuing to connect with us. Our next guest, I've known this guest a long time. Never had her on the radio. Bonni Dimatteo from Atlantic Consultants. Tell us about Atlantic Consultants.
So Atlantic Consultants was founded in 1982. We've been around a little while. Just about the same time that Mage began, as I recall.
Right. You're a little bit earlier than us.
Just a little bit earlier.
Right.
And founded by my husband and I, so we are a family-owned business, and originally worked a great deal with family-owned businesses. Now we are really working less with family-owned businesses and more with mid-stage entrepreneurial companies, anywhere from 2 million to 200 million. So wide range in terms of their growth. And we help them focus through the different life stages of entrepreneurship. We also help particularly the CEO, usually the founder, be able to work on the business instead of in the business, which is one of the biggest challenges. And we call that journey leaderpreneur, which is the journey from an entrepreneur to a leader.
Why don't we go into it a little bit more? Because there's a meaning behind it, isn't there?
There is. Because, entrepreneurs, and, as you know, there's only 5% of the population in the U.S. that dare to start a business. And of those, 20% are able to survive after 5 years. This is not a great statistic. And a lot of it has to do because those wonderful traits that brought them into the business. They wanted to be in control of their lives. They were passionate. They were confident. They knew they had the right idea. They were risk takers. All those great traits actually, as the business grows, become blind spots.
The yin and the yang.
And so some of those really, as entrepreneurs find along the way, what gets you here doesn't necessarily get you there. You have to change. Your company needs to change, your markets need to change, and sometimes the style of leadership has to change. So that we found in working with businesses that it was really helping them get out of the weeds and the muck and mire of the everyday, which is so compelling because, whatever they started because they were passionate about it, and really get into the bigger picture, which is looking out at the
leadership issues.
And the leadership issues, exactly. So we were, always, that's our passion, is working on leadership.
It's funny, I had a client I met with today, this week, who is a VP of HR, a huge corporation, and he said the CEO keeps telling him, you're a high-priced professional, go do it your way. And he goes, and I go off and do it my way, and then immediately he meets with me and says, well, you should have done it this way.
Now there's an example, right?
Yeah. But that's almost like passive aggressive. It's like a bait and switch. You're setting a guy up.
Yeah.
How do you get people? I mean, it's a common problem. It's my client base is at the low end of your client base, and getting my clients to recognize that they really probably aren't the right guy to take them to the next stage is painful. I mean, they don't recognize it. Mm-hmm. How do you get your clients to recognize, or how do you get them to be clients so that you can tell them, that they need to somehow figure out how to get out of the way or change how they work?
So 2 very good questions. The first one I would say, it's not necessary that they actually replace themselves. It might be more necessary that they replace some of their mindset.
How would people find you?
Atlantic Consultants in Wellesley. We're on the web. Phone number is 781-235-7555.